Okay, I gotta do this. Is there gonna be a reaction to this? I this video is a year old, so I thought it was perfect for it. But this car, man, I remember hearing about this car. It was like, I'm not saying all women are bad with cars, but these like rich suburban middle-aged women like really fucked things up for all of you. It got so bad to the point where like, to be honest, this is the most woman moment ever. Like, you wouldn't get it, but us guys would get it. But this is the most woman moment ever, I believe, in terms of cars.
This is a car that was designed by women,
Women?
for women.
For women.
And honestly, as I read about it, I thought I would shit my pants laughing.
Oh god. We already started and I know exactly what this is gonna be about. This is gonna be a whole like shit. This is gonna be him shitting on them for like the next eight minutes. Like non-stop. 100 miles an hour. Let's get to this.
But what is that and why was this car created?
Ooh.
That's what you'll find out in this video. The idea that this car should be designed 100% only by women.
Yeah, the problem with that is if it was designed by women who were also mechanics, it might have turned out well. But the problem is it was designed by suburban moms who don't even know what an alternator is. They don't even know any of that gay shit. They don't know what a battery is. They just know the car goes room room and moves. But that's the biggest problem with this car. Rich suburban moms were in charge of everything instead of women who might have had some talent in even fixing a car. And that is the biggest, worst part about it.
It's crazy. We know very well that women are unique creatures who never know what they want, but you have to figure everything out for them. And if
Yo, this guy is shade on women. I love it. I love it. But like, this is always true. They don't know. They don't know what restaurant they want to go to. They don't know any of that stuff. I feel like I'm gonna get canceled, but man, man, I hate the one downside, which is YouTube. You can shit on any man you want, but the moment it's a woman, you're bound to have one comment being pissed off at you. I'm waiting for that one comment.
you don't do it until they reload their teeth to keep screaming at you.
What the fuck? Yo, ain't no way. Hold on. Okay. This guy's actually great. Reload their teeth to keep shouting at you. Oh, I've never heard that. I never heard that before. But damn, I gotta remember that.
Well, you can go crazy after all. Besides, they never know what to eat. But if you ask, guess where we are going to eat, she'll always answer you.
Look at that. She just looked up and was like,
Yeah, how'd you know?
A bit like a child, you have to care because you never know what's in that head there. So who in this case should know what the heck they are really about? Other women. Which made it perfect in 2002 because Volvo's bosses had so much money in their account that they didn't know what to do with it. They could have bought, I don't know, villas, yachts, the best stuff from...
Bruh, I know exactly what they should have bought. They should have bought 1,000 PS2s. There you go. A better purchase, and just give it to all your employees or your employees' kids. There you go. You set an entire generation loving Volvo for the rest of their lives, right there.
Colombia, but no, they figured they will put up the money to create this car.
God.
Not because this car might turn out to be a hit and sell the best in Volvo history. No, the reason is much more interesting. They simply wanted to finally relax and create something funny that they would remember for the rest of their life.
Oh yeah, and these guys probably did. They probably looked at these women's decisions and like, they probably looked at it and it's like, is this really what they want?
It all started in the fall of 2001 when Volvo announced that they were going to create a decision-making team to design a new car that would be made up of women working in...
Yeah, to be honest, some of those women look kind of like men, but I'll give them a pass because they have nice rainbow-colored hairs.
Their company. And I think the CEO of the Swedish brand was quite a laugh.
Yeah. To be honest, the design doesn't look horrendously bad, but it does look boring enough that no man would really want to drive it.
He took other board members and said, let the chicks make the car. Let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get a laugh out of it. And people got excited there saying, wow, what a forward-thinking move.
Yeah, forward-thinking move. This single decision brought women back 100 years. And it's all because they didn't pick women who were mechanics. They picked women who were probably in middle management, who were like, oh, we should get the rights to design a car. Oh, we know what we're doing. Oh, girl power. And then they fucked everything up for other women. To this day, this is still the most woman car ever.
And I just think he wanted to avoid the sad bullshit and see something funny. Back in 2001, such one expert...
Like, look at that. She looks like she's an expert in accounting. Or wait, should I say middle management? Or should I say HR? That's the only thing I could see this lady as, nothing else.
On consumer patterns among women, Marti Baletta said, if you satisfy the expectations of women, you will exceed the expectations of men.
But the problem is, women's expectations are hard to figure out because they change them like every 5 seconds. Like, how can you meet expectations that you basically have a Russian roulette on getting it correct, or having it just explode on your face and dying? That does not work. You will exceed the expectations of men. Bro, are you really talking shit about the people who've been building cars for over 100 years before you were fucking born?
And, dear Marty, what the
well, maybe not that long. Maybe like 60 years in reality.
fuck are you talking about? If our expectations were to be satisfied, then most of the cars on the road would be tanks, boats, and Batmobiles.
Yo, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. I want my Batmobile tomorrow morning, parked outside in my parking spot. And I want the keys on my desk right here, right now.
Please tell me who wouldn't want to drive a Batmobile on the road.
Shit.
As car sales to female customers increased significantly in the late 90s, the women's of Volvo began working on the YCC, which means your concept car. All decisions there were made by women, absolutely fucking all of them, and you can see that. Now, one more important thing, and that is YCC was designed not for an ordinary woman, but for an independent businesswoman, because...
Exactly, because these women know exactly what they want. Women who've never once fixed something in their lives because their husbands are rich enough to afford the lifestyle they need. So all they do is middle management.
That is known to be the best sort according to other women, and here is where the harming already begins, and that kind of logic should be banned. But this is still nothing. Let's move on to the interior of the car. Now we can start laughing at the detail.
Bro, is that a phone? I won't lie, that's not a terrible idea, but the implementation might be a little ugly. If that is a phone. If it's not a phone and that's a radio, that is ugly as hell.
Well, women decided to give everywhere, literally everywhere, some storage compartments.
Bro, some storage... To be honest, that's not the worst decision ever. I'll give them a pass on that. I was like, you need a storage compartment for your guns, you need one for your pet alligator, you need one for your refrigerator, you need one for everything in the car, man.
Here, as you have the center panel where the gear shift lever and the handbrake should be.
Yeah, that's true. Those things should be there. I guess they only wanted an automatic car, no gear shifter. No, a little sad, but I could excuse that. Maybe.
Is a storage compartment. Why? Well, as the designers put it, the best place for your keys, phone, laptop, purse, 3 bricks, 14 pairs of panties. As place for your keys, phone, laptop, purse, 3 bricks for...
Hey. Every man also has 3 bricks in their car. You never know when someone's gonna try to fight you. So you always gotta bring your bricks along with you. I agree with this part. I don't know about the 14 pairs of panties though. That's a little weird.
14 pairs of panties, as if she were to while driving an LG30DT forklift is as close to you as possible. That's why the center panel was turned into one huge storage compartment that can probably fit 20 illegal immigrants. I mean,
oh god, 20 illegal immigrants. Oh, speaking about that, when I was in Dominican Republic as a kid, I remember we were able to fit like 10 people in a car with only seats available for 5 people. And bro, that shit was wild. I remember Dominican Republic, man. Man, I was born there, but they did some crazy shit there.
spoke, it's not one storage compartment. It's generally a storage compartment with an extra compartment. The small one will fit some farts like phone keys and a cat.
Is that a belt? Is that a belt to beat your child with?
The idea is theoretically awesome, but in order to stuff it in there, the gear shift lever had to be moved to the steering wheel. Only, it's not
What?
even a gear shift lever. It's just buttons mounted.
Oh, what the? Oh, okay. Yeah, to be honest, some cars have that little crappy design like that. Like, I've seen a few that are just like a little circle that you spin, and then they just, you know, do the automatic part right after.
At the bottom of the inside of the steering wheel.
Kinda lame.
Of course it's an automatic, then you don't even have to think about it. The rear seats are ridiculous as well. Imagine a chair in a cinema, a cool option, a lot of space gives you to go, then you take it yourself, you unfold it and plant your ass. Worse when you push it back and forget to hold it.
Damn.
In YCC
Bro, of course I have.
it's the same thing. I'm not kidding. The back seats are cinema chairs to make room for another trillion things that baby
that babies carry with them every day. Holy shit. Yeah. At this point, these women should have just bought an RV rather than getting a sedan-sized car if they need all this space for it, man.
carry with them every day, and I thought the storage space between the front seats was really a lot. What else would be useful in a car like this? Of course, large doors to get in easily, but these are not such ordinary
Oh yeah, they're like the Tesla T-Wing doors, except worse in every way.
doors. They are doors like those in the Mercedes SLS. It is known that such doors need some space to open and get out of the car comfortably, and technology was not yet at such a level as in Tesla actually bent.
Damn. So my guess is these things immediately smacked into another car and broke them.
So sensors were installed, and at the moment when the car is too close to the other and the door would pinch, well, it just won't open. And I'll tell you honestly that if I saw these cars, I would, like such a total dick, stand as close as possible. In addition, sometimes it happens.
Bro, why are you playing Soulja Boy in the background? Bro, that music trash as fuck. But I agree with that. Like, it'll just smack into another person's door, scratching their shit.
Happens that your foot is hooked on the threshold or something like that. Well, kind of normal things, right? Well, in YCC they hide the thresholds so that there is no possibility of standing, stepping on, or getting your foot stuck. Did I mention that the car has no handles? Everything literally opens by itself. All you have to do is have the key with you. Well,
the fuck? Oh yeah, I hate that. I know a lot of cars in the future are actually gonna implement that bullshit. No handles, so when your key dies, you gotta spend like $800 to open a goddamn door. Oh yeah, that part actually sucks ass. We should keep some mechanical parts just existing for that specific reason.
unless the car in the parking lot is standing too close to another car, then nothing will open. Fuck no shit. I thought unhooking electric cars from the charger was funny, but this is some total hit. You stand too close and someone has to wait for you to drive away. I mean, seriously, if I found such a car in a parking lot, I'd call a friend, we'd stand on both sides and go on vacation to some Maldives. Well, but let's go back to the YCC. There is a saying, a woman is a changeling.
What the fuck does that mean? A woman is a changeling? I don't know.
And the Volvo women who sat on the design of this Furore must have been bored every now and then, because literally every part, like the dashboard or even the seat covers, are interchangeable. You can put yourself in velour, leather, or even a fucking sofa. Normally leg.
What the fuck? Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it's not the stupidest thing ever, but it's not really necessary.
Blocks. Besides, inside everything is written in big letters so that no one gets f***ed by the radio with air conditioning. Now let's move on to the parking system. We have such cars these days that park themselves, but it seems that you have to find a spot first, then see if the car will get in, and so on. YCC's designers have gone one step further. The moment you set the car for parallel parking, it will recalculate by itself whether it will even fit in there. And once the computer judges
let the computer judge if it can parallel park. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, that's when you know they're suburban moms. They don't even know how to parallel park. I mean, to be fair, most people don't even know how to parallel park. Almost nowhere in America has those shits.
Just that it starts to turn the steering wheel on its own. And all you have to do is operate the transmission and gas.
What? What the fuck? So that guy just... The funny part about that would be that person would try to blame the other guy for the reason he didn't turn and accidentally smack into the other place.
Of course, it will happen that the computer can also have a moment of weakness and will drive the rim on the curb.
Yeah.
Well, not in this case. The designers approached the matter very professionally. They have realized how some women drive and have embraced special tires and rims that cannot be scratched. The tire will cushion everything there because it goes beyond the contour of the rim. How?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So that the women don't scratch it. Yeah, I know about that. I've seen some cars with like ugly ass scratches on the side from the pavement.
How can the most important visual element of a car be spoiled like that? The next issue is the level of handling of this car. This is also a fucking ridiculous topic here. Ooh. Imagine that the car reads the dimensions of the driver and independently adjusts the seat, steering wheel and pedals so that there is no situation that some chick will set everything there so that her teeth touch the steering wheel.
What the fuck? So it'll adjust itself to you? To be honest, I find that kind of weird. I like Tesla's way. I really like Tesla's way, which is just you click a button and then it'll just remember how you adjusted the seat.
After all, each of us knows such a chick who, if she could, would drive with her head in front of the windshield. Oh, by the way, under the pedals, there's electric footrest, which makes it easier to drive in stilettos and slides out when you press a button. But the funniest things are happening at the engine itself. Imagine that it is impossible to get to it. There is no hood. The engine compartment is complete.
Oh yeah, this right here is the most woman part. There's no hood because all these women were like, we don't need to get to anything here except the wiper fluid. It's like, bro, what do you fucking mean? Imagine you have to replace your engine mounts, your alternator, your battery, your fucking AC, bruh. This right here, this was the biggest failure of this car in general. I think a single man should have went up there and been like, okay, no, that's enough. You have a hood and you're gonna fucking like it, you stupid bitch. We are not replacing that integral part of the car just because you think it looks ugly and it's not useful. Fucking Karens.
Isolated from women's spas. Well, alright, but then what to do when the windshield washer fluid runs out? Well, the windshield washer fluid filler is located at the rear of the car together with the fuel filler. But so that no one makes a mistake when pouring it, because it's different situations can happen, everything is very nicely described. Alright, but what if something eats in the engine? Engine installed such that it is virtually indestructible. It can run 3 times more than a regular engine on the same oil, and when such an oil change would come, the car itself notifies the nearest Volvo service center and says, this woman needs...
To be honest, it actually sounds like a useful invention for any car that has a woman in it. Just notify the dealer when they need an oil change so they could do it for them rather than having the car be drove like 20,000 miles over the oil change amount.
An oil change or something's fucked up in the engine, you have to push to the line to the chamber because if this woman turns on me, it will fuck me up. And in fact, Volvo service technicians were trained from even harassing future female owners of this car to come to the workshop, because it will often happen that a woman will say that, no, I don't have time, or no, nothing is going on, everything works. So as you can see, this is some kind of comedy. The designers of this car themselves said, listen, it's better if we don't touch the engine, let some guy come and do it for us. There was also an option in it for those more caring about the car. There was a car care button on the center console, and the moment it was pressed, Volvo mechanics would receive a notification and then call the owner themselves to make an appointment for service. I just wonder what would happen if such a car, such a concept was created today. Today people wouldn't know whether to laugh or cry. Seriously, as I read all this,
to be honest, that button's pretty much useless, because like, well, why can't you just call them on your phone? It's not that hard.
I thought I would pee my pants from laughter. If there are any offended ladies, then remember. First of all, Volvo YCC was created by women, for women. And secondly, I have a task for new viewers. Give subscription here and leave a like. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. This is a car that...
You can't say this is a man degrading women, because this is more like women degrading women. But anyways, this was a good video. I love it. But this car right here, everything about this car is like the opposite of what men want in a car. Like, the front looks like a 2014 Charger if it was ugly as hell. The rims look like, I don't know, they just look like rims, to be honest. Like crap, like really ugly ones. Yeah, literally to me, it just looks like a Charger if it was like done by women instead of men. and you would get this monstrosity of a vehicle.